If you end up liking this video and finding it helpful, then give it a thumbs up and leave your comments below about what your experiences are of using this video. And also, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and the bell button near the subscribe button so that you can be kept informed when future videos like this go live.
This is an adult bedtime story. And as well as being an adult bedtime story, this also helps lay down patterns to help overcome worry. So if you don't need help to overcome worry and calm the mind, then these patterns will just be part of a story to help you fall asleep comfortably. But if you do need help to overcome worry, then the patterns will, with regular listening, begin to give you something to work with on an unconscious level to find your own way of moving forward of that worry. So as you listen to me, just close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I will tell a story in the background. About a person who decides that at the point in life that they're in, they want to go on a spiritual journey. They want to find themselves. They want to find some purpose and meaning and some insight. And they set out one day from their village and they start walking from their village towards the desert that starts 50 miles away. And in the village there's a lot of green, there's running water. Just outside the village there's farmland, people working on the farm, and they walk along the dusty road away from the village, walking past all the farmland, watching people all around working on that land. And they have a simple bag on their back with just some basic belongings. And they're aware of the sound of each footstep on the dusty road. They're aware of the feeling of the warmth and the breeze on their skin. That's it. And they continue walking past the farmland. And they see different birds and different animals, and they can hear birds in the distance. And notice the sky, and the blueness, and the richness of the colour of the sky. And after an hour or so, they clear the farmland. And the green around them begins to become more sparse. more rugged, and a rougher green as they continue to walk further from that village. And they can feel the warmth of the sun, and hear the impact of each footstep. And they look forward and they can see this road is very straight. The road goes all the way to the horizon and further. And they continue following this road, going further and further from that village. And the further they go from the village, the more isolated they start to feel. They stop seeing other people coming down the road. As most people don't go this far away from a settlement. They feel the warmth of the sun beating down on them. And so they get a bottle out their back and have a quick swig of fresh, cool water. They can feel that water on their lips, feel the water as it passes down their throat into their stomach. That refreshing feeling. And as the sun begins to set, so the light begins to change. And the colours begin to change from the blue sky to the dark sky, twinkling stars in the sky. The air begins to go cool. And so they walk off the road a little way, light a fire, and settle down for the evening. And they sit next to that fire, cross-legged, keeping their hands warm, feeling the warmth through their body, hearing the crickling, crackling of the fire. Noticing the flames dancing on top of the fire. That. And then just as that fire is burning down to embers and giving a warm, comfortable glow, so they gently drift off asleep alongside that fire, wrapped up warm, drifting off asleep by the fire. And in the morning, and they awake and feel a little stiff, and so they stretch a little, and the fire's gone out, although there's still a little warmth coming from that fire. So they bury the fire, pack their stuff up, have some water, and continue their journey. And as the day is drawing to a close, they find themselves approaching the desert, noticing how the dunes just cover the road, as if the road's totally insignificant. And they gaze at the dunes and notice how much they look like giant waves or hills. They imagined that it would be flatter. So they continue their trek up and down the dunes, feet sliding in the sand, feeling occasionally of touching the sand, feeling the warmth, allowing the sand to flow through the hands and the fingertips, and noticing how when they put their hand in the sand and pull some of that sand out, the sand just underneath the surface is really cool compared to the sand on the surface. That's it. And with the sun set, everything is pitch black with just points of light in the sky. So the person sets up camp, lights a fire, drinks some water, sits by the fire. Wraps up warm, ready to continue the journey tomorrow. And next morning he wakes up. And the person continues their journey. And they walk deep into the desert. And once they reach a point where whatever direction they look, all they can see is desert, they know that's the point to find themselves. And they set up a square mat. And they sit on that square mat, cross their legs. Rest their hands gently on their legs. Close their eyes. And start to focus on breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling relaxation with each out-breath. Feeling themselves going deeper and deeper relaxed. And as they go deeper and deeper relaxed, so their body relaxes also. And after a while, they have a sense that they're seeing with their eyes open, even though their eyes are closed. And any time their mind wanders, they bring their attention back to just focusing on being in the moment. And they start seeing things walking through the desert towards them. And these things aren't real, they're hallucinations. And to find themselves, they have to get used to controlling their thinking. They have to get used to being able to see things that are there, but not really there, and be able to relax with uncertainty, be able to relax with what they're seeing. That despite the reality, despite the fact they look so real, they have to relax and accept that they're aware it's fake, that they're aware it's not real at all. And after 3 days of meditating, their body goes numb, and they're unaware of their body. And after losing awareness of their body, they feel like just a mind sat in the desert, being aware of all things around them, hypersensitive to all things around them. That's it. And sometimes real lizards and animals, because of their motionlessness, will climb over them, almost unaware that they're a living being. And they have to just relax, be mindful, and let that happen. That's it. And the longer they sit there, the deeper and deeper they go into the experience. And they go 4 days, 5 days, 6 days without food or any extra drink. And on the 7th day, their brain starts saying that they need to move, they need to get a drink. It starts worrying about things. And they know that this is part of the test. That this solitude, being isolated for so long, not talking to anyone, not seeing anyone, not eating, not drinking, just being, can lead to this thinking. And they accept that the brain is just thinking, that's just what it does. And they acknowledge the thoughts that are there. They don't analyze them, they don't cling to them. They don't try to push them away. They just acknowledge that it's there. And that it's just a thought. And by the end of the 7th day, they find that they've got control over their thinking. They've got control over their senses. And someone in a long robe and hood glides across the desert towards them, kneels down before them, and passes them a secret message. A message that will help complete their spiritual journey. And they take that message and they learn it and they internalize it. And then after they found the answers they came seeking, and learning on a deep and profound level, they gently find their way back out of the sand dunes, out of the desert, all the way back to the village they came from. And they know there's certain things that they can't recreate or teach to anyone else, but their demeanour being changed is something that can lead to them understanding and interacting with others with a whole new understanding and in a whole new way. And when they get back to the village, now nearly 2 weeks later, they go home and run a very warm bath. They climb in the bath and enjoy the comfort of a long, relaxing soak in the bath to relax their muscles which have become aching from their journey. That's it. And then after having the bath, they get out of the bath, notice the cool temperature hitting them, which helps when they go to bed for them to drift comfortably off, asleep, dreaming, healing, positive, pleasant dreams, and awaking in the morning, feeling refreshed and revitalized and full of energy.